Greetings everyone, a warm welcome to you all, namaste. Hey guys, this is Sagittarius reading for October 2018. We will be using the Morgan Greer cards that you see in front with a 7-card spread and then an oracle card at the end just for a little bit of further messaging. Now before I start, I did some intuitive work for you guys. You came up with the words or the phrases Archangel Michael. And he is of course a great protector, so I feel he's adding protection around any issues that could be tenuous or causing angst at the moment. And this could be issues that started a while ago, so going back in time, their point of origin, or perhaps even you feeling or being surrounded with this thoughts of going back to certain events or relationships or career issues that took place a while ago. It is also suggested to use the colour pink for heart healing, also to attract love, so self-love, love for life, love for relationships, all of those type of energies with the colour pink and helping to heal the heart of any issues. So Sagittarius, let's start your shuffling and see what's in store for you guys. Now today is the day of the full moon here in New Zealand that I'm doing this, and this is an Aries full moon. So it's quite a fiery one. You could actually feel the energies of red coming through. Also it aligns with relationships, which we've just talked about, and the number 2. And I always think of 2 as being more for the kindred relationships or partnerships of some sort or another. So Sagittarius, let's see what's in store for you here. Your first card is your current situation, which is the 9 of Swords. Your second one is obstacles. 2 9s going on here. The 9 of Pentacles. Your third one is aspiration, and you have the Death. The fourth one is what needs to be awakened, and you have the Fool. Wow! This is aligning to be quite a powerful reading by the looks, with this one vertical line down here with 2 major arcanas, the Death and then the Birth, which is the Fool, 2 9s, which are very close to endings anyhow. Let's see what card number 5 is. It's the what lies behind you, or your past influence. Is the Hanged Man, another major arcana for you guys. Card number 6 is what the next stage will be, which is Justice. And card number 7 is what will be in the future. Wow, this is a very big reading for you guys. So perhaps something that's going on around about now, or maybe was initiated back in July and August with the eclipses that we've had, because eclipse energy can run right through to the end of this year actually. Out of the cards, you have received 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas out of 7. So it points to referencing that this could be a very big time of the year for you guys. And of course you're coming up towards your birthday months as well, where we often find a little bit more poignancy or connection to our thoughts or realms, or who we are or where we want to be, our belief systems, our integrity values. When you contemplate that there are only 21 major arcana cards in the deck out of 78, and 5 of them have turned up out of a 7-card reading, it gives you an indication of the depth of galactic energy that's coming in through here. So the major arcanas generally tell us that it's not so much us that are making these changes, but it's a cyclical path that is part of our overall life journey that is taking shape before our very eyes. Sometimes we're not ready for the change, and we sort of get a little bit out of sorts with it, or thinking, oh, I was actually quite happy where I was, or I felt comfortable, or something along those lines. Now if we start the reading with this first card, which is the 9 of Swords, that can very well portend to that type of feeling. The 9 of Swords indicates that we can be feeling anxious, or there could be tension around. Sometimes this relates to lack of sleep, so some of you may be having insomnias or issues around sleep problems. It could be that you're having disturbed work shifts. You know, you have to get up during the middle of the night to go to work, or it could be that you have a family member that you're looking after and this happens during the night. So you could be a caregiver either of a young child or an older person. Or perhaps, as I say, your own sleep is disturbed. Now, sleep can be disturbed for a whole variety of different reasons, including tension or anxiety, but sometimes also including dietary things or stress or physical problems such as ill health that stops us from sleeping, such as pain or grief or money worries. So the card can extend itself out to quite a lengthy portrayal, but basically what it's saying is we can feel tied up or bound up with our emotions at this time, as if our emotions may be controlling us. So sometimes it's a really good time to bring in more intellectual thought or process your fears or worries or concerns, or if it's something that is taking your time, such as being a caregiver or looking after someone else, trying to set aside a timetable that might be a little bit more forgiving or allow you other time in a day to relax and regain some of your energy and release some of the tension. Sometimes these things aren't easy, and I'm well aware of that. Our lives are very busy and finding time to relax can seem superfluous, but in fact it's the complete opposite. So this can also bring about times of dreams being very active and messages coming through dreams, so it could be worthwhile keeping a dream diary as well. Now, going back to the whole feeling of the fact that we talked about you've got so much change coming in, you could be feeling this coming in different parts of your life as well, and this is what might also be making a little bit of the tension. Often when we go through things such as a cycle of death or the fall, which is a brand new beginnings, or even stalling and contemplating life such as the Hanged Man, our fears come up, they creep up upon us and they pop out a little bit, so they make us a little bit unbalanced. So this could be happening for some of you as well. As hard as this might be, facing the fears and doing it anyway, or allowing them to be and to exist and to listen to what they're saying but not let them take over, can be another way of addressing fears, concerns and worries. But let's not sit on that card too long, because this reading has a lot to say through the whole portion of it, and each card has got a pretty big message for you. The next card that came was the Obstacles card, and it's the Nine of Pentacles, and she usually talks to us about finances. She also talks to us about social opportunity and being gregarious or happy and sated and well kept and well fed and feeling as though life and the luxuries of it are flowing beautifully. Now, if this card is an obstacle card, there could be a block there for some of you, and this may be where you're feeling some of the tension as well. So there could be an issue around finances. It could be something as simple as a bill that you were wanting to pay, or some money you were wanting to come in for a project is being stalled, hence the Hanged Man over there. It could be that you are concerned about your finances. They might be tied up with something at the moment, literally, which is the tied up down here, and you might want them to be freer for some reason, and this could be a whole act of negotiations that may need to take place for this to occur. It could be tied up with your career. You may have concerns around your career. It could be that you feel you haven't had the right amount of socializing or social activities or events or fun to have had lately. You might feel as though your social side of your life has stalled or stagnated for one reason or another. I think that the rest of the reading is going to open up a little bit more and provide you with some more impetus on perhaps finding freedom or finding more flow in and around various aspects. So let's have a look at card number 3, and it's the Aspiration card, and this is the Death card. So if number 3 is your aspiration in life, it feels as though you're wanting to break free, and we've seen this right from back here in this card with the tied up hands. Something in your life is holding you in. It's making you feel possibly claustrophobic. So whatever it is, at whatever angle, there's a possibility that when the Death card turns up, you have the opportunity to do exactly what you want. If it's breaking free from a tradition or a belief or a mindset or a habit or a relationship or a career, this could be part of an overall bigger move that is coming for you. So the foundations may be being set now, the roots may be being planted, and this could be an event that will occur over a period of time. The Death card doesn't usually signify instant, straight away, finality like the Tower card can do. It's more of a suggestion that an event is occurring that's sort of passing through your life. And when you look back, say in 6 months or even up to, well, could be as far as a year, you'll look back and you'll go, I see the point in time where that began to drop off and change. So if you like, it's like a slow moving surge of energy, of desire, of understanding that something will change in your life. And usually there's no going back. If we look at card number 4, it's what needs to be awakened. That's beautiful placement of these cards. And as I say, this alignment here is very powerful. Also, so is this one across. So you've got like a T intersection throughout the reading that seems to be jumping out with power. And of course, the Hanged Man himself is a T intersection. So he's at the end of your T intersection. What needs to be awakened is the Fool. And he is new beginnings, new awareness, new understandings, more consideration for yourself and perhaps less for others. So it's about finding your passion in life, what drives you, what excites you, what inspires you. So all of these wonderful thoughts and positivities is what the Fool has literally wrapped in his bag. And that's metaphorically. In his bag, supposedly, he has his life belongings, which doesn't seem a lot in that tiny little cloth with looks like a handkerchief. So he leaves on a journey and he leaves behind practically everything. He takes new steps into new beginnings, and these are often termed spiritual new awakenings or beginnings. So he feels, as I say, more about himself, more about his divine path, and more about enlightening himself, opening up to new opportunities and new pathways forward. I love the Fool card in particular because I think I love new things in life. I sort of always love trying something new or learning something new in particular. So the Fool card really resonates with me at a high level. It can just be about learning new things. So some of you may find that you just awaken to a whole new perspective, or you're intrigued in new subject matter or topics, or you learn a new career or a pathway for a new career. There's all of those opportunities. So it's, as I say, a powerful reading that I think you will find and you will understand later that this will take you much further than just to the end of this year. This will be ebbing you into 2019. Card number 5, which is what lies behind you, so a past influence, is your Hanged Man. Now that could suggest to us that a while ago you got to a crossroad in your life, to this T intersection, and you have pondered, what am I doing? Why? And where do I want to go? How do I get there? This is often what the Hanged Man does for us. He presents us with an open mind and possibilities and options. He usually presents us with forward travel. Again, metaphysically if you like, but sometimes physically as well. He can represent illumination of the mind, so coming to some understanding of a higher awareness and ability, cognitive perception, many other facets of life that he opens doors for us. He can also represent the whole fact of being stalled in time. So sometimes this can be events that we wish would take place that didn't, for some unknown reason, a cosmic reason. Usually not our own timing, but there's a piece of the puzzle that wasn't ready to be fully instigated. So for you guys, the Hanged Man may have presented himself a few months back and things stalled, or it got stuck, or there was a different presentation to be made and you hadn't quite got to the final point of seeing how to move forward. I do feel it started in the background and that it's coming to the fore and it's re-establishing itself again. It could also mean that you have been waiting for something to occur, and you could have been waiting on to hear about a career, to hear about information on projects, to hear about the purchase of a house or a relationship or a health modality. Some of you, when this card appears, there may have been problems with your neck, your head, shoulders, the top of your spine. You may have had eye troubles or even headaches, lingering headaches. Those type of things can also be representative when the Hanged Man is around. Now those could have been lingering health problems, and some of you may be getting them addressed, or they may dissipate off at this point in time as well. Let's move to the 6th card, which is what the next stage will be, and this is the Justice card, often known as the Libra star sign energy, and of course we're in Libran time more or less at the moment for the October reading. When this card turns up in your reading, it's usually favourable to you, and it can literally represent cases that are legal. Sometimes this can be when someone is attending a court case or the court of law or a legal representation. It could be if there is a divorce proceedings pending. This might be the time when it gets to the court of laws and decisions are made around who gets to keep child custody, for instance, or how the properties are being sold up or how trusts are being dissolved. This can also be a time when businesses can sometimes end up in court, whether this is the dissolution of a business or even the forming of a new business and it goes to court to get legal status. It can be if any of you have had minor events with the law and you have to go to court. It could be speeding fines or altercations of one sort. So there's a whole different array of reasons why this card turns up, but it often does represent legal fraternities one way or another. But the Justice card is sort of saying things are rolling in your favour. So if you do have any legal issues in the month ahead, or any legal dealings, or turning into going to court or facing a summons or something, it often goes positively in your way. It doesn't mean to say the charges or the issues will be dropped completely, but that you may make headway, or it will go more favourably than perhaps you might have anticipated or than would be expected. It's also known as the karmic card. So sometimes this is about a cycle of karma coming to an end. So you may have completed a journey that involved someone or something in your life that has now paid its dues. And this can be a long-serving event in someone's life. It can be long-term relationships. It can also deal with family lineage issues, if you like, and so past life things that have been, that's what karma is really. It's what's happened in past lives that you're coming back to repeat or do over or resolve. So for some of you, this might be a gigantic cycle of the end of an evolution, which is why we have the Death and the Fool card combined in here as well. It's about cyclical DNA patterns or life patterns or karma. It's also about bringing balance back into your life. Sometimes the Justice card can bestow balance back in, because we see this with the scales here. So for some of you, there may have been out of balance situations around either businesses, if you own or operate businesses, or you're involved as a partnership, or you're wanting to start one, or you were seeking a partnership. You may find there's more balance coming in around those type of areas as well. The last card of the reading, which is what will be, is the Strength card. What a beautiful card to get for the end of your reading. Another major arcana card, the number 8, which of course is the returning cyclical number of the karma energy. So we have 2 cards here representing karma. And in fact, we have 2 cards representing karma. The Strength card is about regaining personal strength in particular. So if any of you have been through this period previously to where you are now, and you have felt destabilized or weakened, whether it be through your own actions or through ties with other people or associations or businesses or projects or careers, it feels as though you are regaining a whole lot of individuality and strength. These 2 here together are very strong for you in your reading. Even the Fool is a card of individual strength and power and passion. So she has the calming strength to enable herself to use intelligence to make decisions, and words too in many ways, because she's not panicked. She's not using, like a heightened energy system to try and create either ownership of something or power over someone else. She's kind of at that stage where she's telling us, she's helping us to understand that power comes from within, and it doesn't need to be forceful ever. It can be gentle yet subtle without being coercive. So it's a powerful strength. I think it's the best strength that we can ever hold and ever portray. So it's inner strength that we can lead out with, that we can hold on to with, that we can strengthen our own domain and our dominion with. And when you reach that understanding, a lot of life calms down, because you don't feel the need to, this card back here, to have tension or anxiety or panic or fear, because strength is the more positive and the more powerful of those emotions. So there you are, Sagittarius. That is a really beautiful, powerful reading. I really love it. I think you've done extremely well here. And there are a lot of messages within the reading that I do feel give you the opportunity, as you move forward through the rest of the year and into your own birthday time frame, where you can perhaps call on some of these situations that may take place, and know that you have the strength and courage to move forward, and that karma is being completed, if you like, and that you have come to a stage where you have done your deeds, you've repaid back issues or relationships or contracts, if you like, that were made in a previous life to bring you to this point. So it's kind of nice when that happens too. It's like, yay, bucket list, some things ticked off there. So let's put these cards back and find out what the last card for you is from this deck over here. These are very gentle saints and angels cards. So this is for Sagittarius for October, and we'll just see what's in store for them. One card. One more shuffle. Okay. Believe, Saint Hildegard of Bingen. It's a beautiful sunny card. I love the oranges and the golds that are coming through. With this lens that I'm using, it's a little bit hard to even get both of the words focused. We can either focus on the top, and then you can see down the bottom as well, St. Hildegard of Bingen. So when we believe and we have faith in ourselves, we get that inner strength again. And if you go back to the strength, it's very much similar colours with the yellowy and the orange coming through. So have some sort of faith in your direction, have faith in yourself, have this inner strength coming through. Believe that you can, believe that it will happen, believe that you will get there. However it is that you personally need to believe or have faith, know that it can happen and know that it will be done. And also that this saint is there helping you reach that understanding or climb that final piece of the mountaintop to get to the top to find the answers. So again, a beautiful finish for you. Also look at the colours in the card, the beautiful yellowy gold and the orange. That's the solar plexus chakra energy, which of course is through the mid part of the stomach, which gives us strength, and the sacral energy area of our body, which is our creative seat of passion. So both of those could be activated really well for you now. If there have been blockages in that area, these could also be being cleared, which will allow you to move forward with great passion, strength and knowledge and belief. Thanks for joining me, Sagittarius. Remember to check your moon and rising signs. There could be some great information there for you as well. Please sub the channel and push the little bell button beside it to get the uploads every time I do an upload. That way you won't miss them. And I love it when you leave your comments. So thanks very much, guys. Much love. Namaste.